Did you know what happens to the brake fluid after reaching 100,000 kilometers? Do we need to change it, or it's a lifetime fluid? Hello, it's Salimik. In today's video, I will show you how to replace brake fluid on 2018 Nissan Kicks, and you can use this principle on any car or truck. So here are all the things we need for replacing brake fluid on any car. So here I have two types of brake bleeding kit. This one is a pump type, and I used it on my Camry and it worked well, but this one I have, it should be way faster, and the container is way bigger than this one, because with this one you have to always empty it after bleeding each side. But with this one we can bleed the rear and then empty it and then do the front as well. Of course it depends on how bad the brake fluid looks, because if you see darker color still comes out, you have to bleed it until you will see new fluid coming out. This one requires 6 to 8 bars, and the capacity of the container 390 milliliters. And this is the pump type, and the capacity is 120 milliliters. And here are the size difference side by side. Next we have brake fluid tester, and with this tester it will measure how much the moisture in the brake fluid. Because brake fluid is hygroscopic, it means like it will absorb water and then it will darken the color. So when we see or the red light, it means the moisture content is very high and we have to replace it. We will need a small funnel for this car, because the reservoir on Nissan Kicks is not in a good position when we pour the brake fluid in. It's better to use a funnel like this. And the last thing, we need a brake fluid. So for Nissan Kicks we need .3. You always have to check it what type of brake fluid you will need. So in the previous videos I used this one and worked very well. So in today's video we're gonna be using this. One of the good feature about this, it's not a big container, but it will be way faster than this one, because with this one it's like a pump and you always have to pump it, and with this one it needs compressor and you only need to open this valve and it will suction all the fluid. So if you have a compressor in hand, this will be a great option, and we will see how fast we're gonna bleed each wheel with this one. It also comes with the long hose for bleeding, but we don't need it that much. I think I'm gonna have to cut it from here, and this one will go here. So we have two attachments. This one is a nozzle for suctioning from the reservoir, and this one for bleeding from the caliper. So I'm gonna remove this now and put this one on and suction the old fluid from the reservoir first. And the last thing we need is gloves. Alright, here's the reservoir. We're gonna remove the cap, and we have a filter strainer inside, so we're gonna remove that as well. And you can remove it like this. Next we're gonna remove the tester and see how much moisture we have in the system. It was on the fourth light. It means that the moisture content is very high and we have to replace it. Next we're gonna connect the shop air into the bleeder, and now it's ready. So the first thing, we're gonna empty the reservoir and then fill it up with the new brake fluid. So when we start bleeding the calipers, it will suction the new fluid from reservoir. It's a good idea to put few shop towels here, just in case if you have any drops of brake fluid, so it doesn't damage any paint or plastic. Next let's empty the reservoir. Alright, it's suctioning all the fluid out, and look at the state of that fluid. Alright, next let's pour some new fluid in. So anytime you are finished with filling up the reservoir, we're going to put the cap on immediately, because we don't want any moisture with the new fluid. So now what we did, we suctioned the old fluid from the reservoir and we replaced it with the new one. So now we're going to be bleeding from the caliper. So we're going to start with the further point to the closest point. Rear right is the farthest point, so we're going to start with this, and then we're going to go to the rear left, and then front right, and then front left, which is closest to the reservoir. So I'm not going to be removing any wheels. For the front one I will turn the wheel, and for the rear sides I will go underneath. But of course it will be way easier if you use jack or remove the wheel. Alright, we took out that much from the reservoir. Now I will change this nozzle and put this one on so we can bleed it from all the calipers. And after bleeding each caliper, check the reservoir so we can fill it with the brake fluid again, and never bleed the calipers when the brake fluid is low in the reservoir so it doesn't suction air. Alright, now we are at the rear right side. We're gonna remove the rubber protection and put 8mm wrench on it and loosen it up. The moment you loosen up the valve, you will see brake fluid coming out. so that's not a problem. Now we're gonna put the suction tube on it and open the valve of the compressor. Bleeding procedure with this is very fast, and we're gonna stop it when we see new fluid coming out. Removing the tube and tightening up the valve. One important thing after this job is to spray some water over there so the brake fluid don't damage any paint or rubber. So keep a spray bottle like this before opening the valve. After bleeding each wheel, check the reservoir and refill it again with the new fluid. And never bleed the caliper when the reservoir half or at the lowest point. Now we are at the rear left side. The procedure will be the same. We're gonna remove the rubber protection, loosen the valve, and then putting the suction tube on it. The procedure is very fast with this kit. I would say 2 to 3 minutes on each wheel. So I'm not gonna keep you waiting 2 to 3 minutes. I will make sure to put the bleeding video in a real time at the end of this video. Alright, we are done here. We're gonna tighten it up and spray some water. Here is the front right side, and the bleeding valve is 9mm. So we're gonna loosen it up and put the tube on it. As we are getting closer to the master cylinder, you will see new fluid coming out faster than the rear side. And here's the last caliper, which is front left side. It's the closest point to the master cylinder, so you will be able to see the new fluid coming out in seconds. Filling the reservoir one last time to the correct level, and we are done here. Alright, we are done. I could flush the reservoir and the 4 calipers without draining the container. So it's a pretty good size for flushing brake fluid without draining this. And the procedure was so easy with the help of compressor. You just connect it and open this valve, and it will suction the old fluid, and you can close it when you see the new fluid coming out. But if you don't have a compressor, the pump option will be handy. Having a small funnel like this will be very handy for this kind of reservoir that you can't fill the reservoir with the brake fluid easily. Spray water bottle will be very handy because any drop of brake fluid will damage the paint. So washing everything out with water will be very useful. It's a very important step, so don't forget to do that. So if I compare the brake fluid that came out and the new fluid, here's how it looks. What a big difference. This right here at the bottom is the enemy for the master cylinder and the caliper. And when you have this in the system for a long time, it will scratch the walls and give you all types of problems from bleeding and failed brakes. I will make sure to put all the products and the tools in the video description box below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye for now. You